Hi, greetings from the Pacific Northwest. Bo here. Back again. I kind of enjoyed doing that psyched up video, so I'm going to call this one Back in the Garage. I talked about maybe in the end of that psyched up video about whether I would show. Um, Once again, I couldn't make all this, so I'm just going to show a bunch of records. Uh, Garage music tends to be more singles driven. There are no singles in this. These are all albums. Some of these are debatable as to whether they're garage rock or not, but my video, my rules. So, shall we play? All right. Started off. The Northwest scene was really a hotbed of garage type music, and this is the Wailers at the Castle, which was a club in Tacoma. I don't know if it still stands or not, but this is a great live record. The this girl here, this Rockin' Robin, she was like a 16 or 17-year-old kid, I think, at the time. Sings. Well, they cover all kinds of stuff on here. I mean, they do Rosalie, they do Tall Cool One, but I Idolize You. Her version of that is just rocking. You should check it out on YouTube. Wailers, local legends. My parents saw a lot of these local groups back in the day. You know, they would come play high schools. They played Skateland, stuff like that. Wailers included. Here we have the Trashmen doing Surfin' Bird. Got a second life after the Kubrick movie Full Metal Jacket. Surfin' Bird kind of became big again, but it's really good classic garage rock. This frat rock and garage rock are kind of married together, I think. And some people might call this frat rock. This is Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. They were older guys, but they were cashing in on it, man. Wooly Bully. Everybody knows that one. Right, Jeff Spicoli? Dude, that's my skull. Paul Gurner Raiders. I think I've probably shown this one before. These guys were a great garage rock group. And, hey, by the way, all these, not that this is anything killer, but all these are originals. I'm only showing one record per artist, except for with one artist, and you'll know why when I get to them. So, because both those records are just awesome. So, I'm showing both of them. Once again, my video, my rules. Racket Squad. Mark Ditch, Glasswork at Aftermath, sent this to me. These guys were from Pennsylvania or Ohio. Actually, I think that was from Ohio. Same difference in that Three Rivers area. Racket Squad. This is some really cool buzzed up garage killer stuff. Question Mark and the Mysterians. These guys were a Michigan band. 96 Tears. Question Mark. Kind of a different sort of dude. But, you know, it's a garage rock staple. Probably the biggest hit in the history of garage rock. I believe it was the #1. Todd Rundgren had a group back in the day called the Naz. Open Your Eyes is probably the most well-known song on this, at least garage-wise. But there's a pretty fuzzy version of Hello, It's Me that he would later... It's the back of the record. Some of the records are on the back of these because the jackets aren't in such great shape. But Hello, It's Me, which when he was a solo artist, he took, you know, he polished it up and did it a lot sweeter, but it's kind of fuzzed up, more psychedelic maybe, but that's a garage rock album. Now this next album, I could have shown the first record. It's got the hit on it. There's so many covers on it. It's not my favorite Music Machine record. This one has no, to my knowledge, off the top of my head, I don't believe it has any covers, but it's got two of the best. Cool. This is the Music Machine. By the time they call themselves the Bonneville Music Machine. The Eagle Never Hunts the Fly and Double Yellow Line. I mean, you're talking about some fuzzed up guitar, killer ass garage music. Like I said, Turn On's probably the more well-known record. I picked to show that one. Another one that some people might question. This has got more hard rock, proto punk written all over it, but I didn't, and this is the uncensored MC5. Kick out the jams, brothers and sisters is not what he says on this one. So I used to have the Kick Out the Jams, brothers and sisters, and I found this one, and so I made the switch to the more adult version. Wish I had an adult beverage. I think I do in the fridge. Should I just walk away and let the camera keep rolling while I go get a beer? Would you guys be offended by that? Might be. Probably would be. Music Explosion, a little bit of soul. This is a mono record. So, you know, when you talk about the Nuggets series, this is songs on there. I think they put a few hits on there that not necessarily all that garagey, but Music is a little bit of soul is kind of garage. It's actually a pretty cool record. I take that back. Strike that from the record counselor. Strike it. You know I had to show Love again. Arthur Lee and Love. Come on, man. Their debut. This has got garage written all over it. Hey Joe. They kind of do it the way the Byrds did it. My Little Red Book, which is a Bacharach song. It was in a movie. I think Manfred Mann did it, and Arthur Lee just like, oh, we can do it better than that. Can't explain. Message to Pretty. I mean, this whole thing is just a garage rock monster. This guy right here, Snoopy Fisterer. He lives in the Olympia area. Speaking of Hey Joe, how about the Leaves? They had the only hit with the song. As many versions as there were, it was the Leaves, who also do it kind of in the Byrds fashion. Other cool stuff on here, man, is Dr. Stone's a pretty cool song too. They do a pretty good version of Tobacco Road. Leaves. I actually prefer their second record better, and I have that too, but that's more psychedelic, and I didn't show it in my psychedelic video because I barely got under 15 minutes anyhow. I should do a second one because I got a lot more stuff I'd like to show. This is another one people are going to be like, I don't know about that. I'm showing it anyhow. Once again, my video, my rules. Terry Knight in the Pack. I love this record. This is a mono copy. It's on the Lucky 11 once again. This jacket's in pretty good shape. I don't know why I've got the record there. Probably because that's the way it was when I got it. These guys later became Grand Funk Railroad. This is fantastic. This is a fantastic record. Barely missed the cut of making my top 10 of all time. Is that good? To me. To me. Lies, lies, breaking my heart. Knickerbockers. It also has one of the worst songs ever on here too, which is, I can find it. Maybe it's not on the album. Maybe it's just on the flip side of the single. Whatever that is on the flip side of Lies, the single might be what I'm thinking of. A lot of people thought this was the Beatles back in the day doing that. Sold a lot of records that way. Nothing wrong with that. Steve Darr doesn't make a lot of videos. I don't know if he makes videos at all anymore. He sent me this graciously, man. This is on Mainstream. So garage, instead of a psych record on Mainstream, this is a garage record on Mainstream. This is the Jelly Beans. This is fuzzed up, kick your butt kind of garage music right here. I love this record. I play it as often as I can. It's cool. I don't know. The Gantz Roadrunner album. The other two are probably more garage than this one, but I grabbed this one just because it's the cleaner copy. The other two are, sketchy. I mean, the jackets are. The vinyl's fine, but the jackets and those are sketchy. This has got the cleanest one, so my example of the Gantz Roadrunner. By the way, 73 Plymouth Roadrunner, you will be mine one day. That's a gatefold. This is a pretty cool record here, too. This is the 5 Americans. See the Light? Fantastic. It's a really freaking great garage record. Bobby Fuller, unfortunately, killed at a very young age. I think he was found dead, shot maybe in the trunk of his car out in the middle of the desert or something like that. But the Bobby Fuller 4-man, I Fought the Law. What a garage monster that is. Robbing people with a 6-gun. I fought the law and the law won. It's on Mustang Records. That's a really killer. That's a pretty good record overall too. Bobby Fuller may have been going places. It's too bad what happened to him. This is a made-up group. This is on Tower. Lots of the stuff's on Tower. Max Frost and the Troopers, Shape of Things to Come, which is from the movie Wild in the Streets, which is about a young rock and roll guy becoming president of the United States and putting everybody in a camp where they were, once you became 35 and they put you on LSD. It's weird. It's a weird movie. It's a good soundtrack. Studio musicians. They were all over the place, doing all kinds of stuff. Now, I thought about showing Underground because I actually prefer that record, but I ended up going with this because this one has the 2 hits, Too Much to Dream and Get Me to the World on Time. This is the Electric Prunes. Another excellent dose of garage. Here's another one people might say, it's not really garage, but I just want to show the easy beats because I like them. Because it might be Sunday, but I've got Friday on my mind. And Vonda and Young later went on to form Flash in the Pan. You guys might know who they were from the 70s. Another local group out of Portland and Olympia, Portland, Oregon, and Olympia, Washington, Don and the Good Times. Their album that actually is on, is it Epic? Was ballads, pop, garbage. The one they're pushing an ice cream stroller. This is fuzzed up garage, man. You find this one? This is on Wand. Wand was a local label. Don the Good Times. Excellent. This is more like the Sonics. In fact, it's got a cover of the Witch on it that's pretty dang good. I'm gonna have to start picking up the pace here. We're getting a little late. I did not show this in my psychedelic because I consider this to be more of a garage record. This made my top 10, I think. It's the Chocolate Watch Band, No Way Out. I mean, Loomis and Aguiar, do I have to say much more? How about these guys? Count 5. They're Cloaks. Psychotic Reaction. This album's a little bit funny in that they plagiarized themselves quite a bit on their own record. A lot. There's at least 2 or 3 other songs that sound a lot like Psychotic Reaction. Crying Shame, Sugar and Spice. Is Ben Franklin's Almanac on this one, or is it on the second one? They do a cover of Hey Joe. Oh, Ben Franklin's Almanac's on this. That's some pretty recommended garage. And once again, I could have shown the original, or the original. This isn't original. The first record, because it has the hits on it. But I like this one a lot better, and it does have the comic book. But I'm running short on time, so I'm not going to get it out. But this is the Blues Magoos. This guy, Pipe Dream, such a great song. These guys were, I think they ended up selling lava lamps, as it were. These guys did a lot of soundtracks for movies. This is Davey Allen and the A-Rose. This is Apache 65. Of course, their big hit was Blues Theme, which is not on this one, of course, but it's on another one that's on Tower. It's, you know, biker stuff. They did a lot of soundtracks for a lot of biker movies back in the 60s. Sky Saxon, Seeds. Now, I actually prefer Web of Sound, but a lot of people are showing Web of Sound in the Psych one, so I decided, well, I'm going to show. This is a mono copy too. It's got they got the 2 hits, which Can't Seem to Make You Mine and Pushing Too Hard. Sky and the Seeds. Hey, look, girl, you don't have to hide nothing no more. Syndicate of Sound. They also do a pretty killer version of The Witch too. These guys were out of San Jose, California. Some good garage music. Now, I'm going to save that for last. These 2 for last. Gotta pick this up. Stooges. Don't really have to say a lot about that. On Elektra. Standells. Rest in peace to Dickie Dodd, lead singer and drummer. I could have shown the Dirty Water album, but you know, everybody shows that one. So this is Try It with the band cover. These guys, they were on the Munsters once too. Another Tower record. Tower did a lot of garage. The Sunrays, Andrea. After the Beach Boys dumped Brian Wilson's dad as their manager, this is the group he got going. They did I Live for the Sun and Andrea were both hits for them. Strange Loves, they were just studio musicians. They pretended they were from New Zealand and made a bunch of money selling sheep. Not true. More frat rock, garage rock. Married, the Swinging Medallions, Double Shot of My Baby's Love. You know. Now the last ones, because save these for last because that's 2 by the same group. Local Legends. They still tour today a little bit. This is the Sonics. This is a stereo copy. I had mono. I've given this as VCLT to a few people because I do find it up here, and it's not. I mean, it's expensive, but I do find it at used to find it at a pretty good price up here. You don't so much anymore. What you want to look for on the etiquette label is that it says Tacoma, not Seattle. If it says Seattle, it's a reissue. Tacoma's an original. They do The Witch, Psycho. This is a great one too. Their second one, the Sonics, Boom. They do Hey 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 Cinderella. This is, I mean, the Sonics are probably, to me, the epitome of garage music and what garage music is all about. So that's it. That's all I got for you. I'm just going to get in just under 15 minutes. So we will see you next time. Like I said, I still have some new finds I got to show you guys. We'll get around to that one of these days. Until next time, bye.